The first amateur fight of the night, Ryan Tovez and James took to the cage in a 155-pound matchup. Tovez shot in for the takedown midway through the first round. James looked to sink in the guillotine choke but couldn't get Tovez to tap. Ryan Tovez would work position and force James to tap by triangle choke. Carlos Lopez made quick work of Martin Pablo in the heavyweight division. Lopez looked to keep the fight standing and use his reach to land some shots. Pablo would get caught with a knee and go down. After a brief timeout with what looked to be a low blow, Lopez initiated the clinch and sunk in the standing guillotine choke to earn the win by submission in the first round. Jay Tenorio and McLean Alfred took to the cage in another lightweight matchup. Alfred threw a couple of leg kicks to fill out Tenorio. Jay Tenorio threw a flying knee that landed flush and dropped McLean Alfred. Tenorio jumped on his opponent and landed several unanswered knees that connected, awarding Jay Tenorio the win in his PXC debut. Dylan Pablo stays unbeaten in his MMA career after picking up the first round win against Matt Kanga. Pablo used his wrestling background to close the distance and get in for the takedown. Once the fight was on the ground, Dylan was able to control Kanga and work the ground and pound with some staples to get the win by referee stoppage. In the first professional fight of the night, Korean top team fighter Kim Do-won squared off against Trench Tech Saipan fighter Milo Lassiter. Lassiter tried to pin Won against the cage and secure the takedown, but the Korean showed excellent takedown defense. The first round was an even exchange between the two heavyweights, with both fighters landing their fair share of punches. With the second round getting underway, Kim Do-won landed a solid knee that hurt Lassiter. The Korean top team fighter jumped on Lassiter and got in the rear naked choke for his first win in PXC. Fellow Korean top team fighter Lim Hyun-gu met up with France fighter Farid Keter. Lim Hyun-gu came out throwing everything he had, looking for the early knockout. The Korean fighter towered over the judo practitioner, making it hard for Keter to land any shots. Lim Hyun-gu landed a flurry of punches that backed Farid into the cage and finished him off with more solid shots that ended the fight by referee stoppage. California's J.J. Ambrose secured a unanimous decision win over France fighter Sebastien Gardier after 3 rounds. J.J. looked good with his stand-up after training in Thailand for the fight, winning the stand-up battle. Gardier attempted a couple of submissions from his back but couldn't pull any of them off as Ambrose controlled the fight on the ground. With the win, J.J. Ambrose improves his record to 17-3. Kim Jang-young made it a clean sweep for the Korean top team. Young pulled off a first-round armbar win against Saipan's Fossey Jesse. Fossey, dropping from 155 to 145 for this matchup, looked good early in the fight. Kim Jang-young took the fight to Jesse and earned the #1 contender spot for the 145-pound division with his first-round win. Ryan Bigler made his comeback to PXC, a successful one against Trench Tech's Kelly Manglonya. Manglonya came into the fight as the Saipan champion, sporting a 4-0 record. Both fighters looked to land from up top when Ryan Bigler secured the takedown and landed in good position. Bigler took his time and was able to get full mount and work his way into getting the back of Manglonya. Ryan got both hooks in and worked in the rear naked choke for the first round win. In the most anticipated fight of PXC 27, Underworld Extreme's Trevin Jones and Spike 22's Justin the Shocker Cruz mixed it up for the 135-pound belt. The champion Cruz worked the cage, forcing Jones to stay light on his feet. Trevin Jones was able to pick his shots and land some knees in the exchange. The veteran Justin was able to absorb most of the shots and keep the fight moving. Jones kept the pressure on Cruz, landing more of the punches when the two did exchange from up top. With the fight in the championship rounds, Justin the Shocker Cruz worked his game plan to a T. Justin baited Jones in and scored on some takedowns. Justin, working the ground and pound, was able to cut Trevor over the eye. Jones was able to take the fight into the 5th round where he landed some good shots. When the judges' scorecards were turned in, it was the Shocker who earned the win to retain his belt with the decision win behind the takedowns that proved to be the difference maker. Baby Joe Taimanglo was awarded the unanimous decision win against Harris Sarmiento in the last fight of PXC 27. Baby Joe was all over Sarmiento for 5 rounds, pinning him up against the cage, landing knees and punches. Taimanglo scored big on a hip toss that put the Hawaii fighter on his head but couldn't keep him on the ground. Sarmiento showed why he is the PXC's 155-pound champion, making Joe work for every position and not allowing Taimanglo to take the fight to the ground. The Hawaii fighter did what he said by keeping the fight standing, but not having an answer to Taimanglo's relentless clinch game. After 5 rounds, the Juggernaut Baby Joe Taimanglo finally earned his MMA title with the decisive win against a very tough opponent, becoming the island's first 145-pound champion of the PXC.